Hey everybody, welcome to Mommy Musts with Mary Grace, where I talk about everything that you must know that I learned along the way raising three little boys. And this is a topic that is really near and dear to my heart. I have a lot of new moms say to me, I'm pregnant, I'm going to do my baby registry. What do I need to put on it? And this is one of my favorite tips for one of the things that I would say is an absolute must on your baby registry or when you're going out and shopping for a new baby for the first time. This is to talk about high chairs. A lot of moms go out and they buy those really big standalone high chairs. And I think that they're great, right? They're very, very user friendly. They're very useful. They definitely serve a purpose. But I will tell you, as sort of a minimalist mom, I have gotten by with three babies with only one of these. And you can tell that I've used it for all three babies because it is very beaten up. This is just a travel high chair. And the reason that I actually promote getting a travel high chair instead of the big standalone high chair was one, you take up less space. Two, I have found that I can put the baby in it in one of these chairs and have them at our kitchen table, and they feel more like they're part of the crowd. Now, certainly you can pull one of those big high chairs up to the table with your family and have them be part of the family meal. So I really use this to kind of stick this under the table. This is not connected yet. I will show you how I connect it. But one of the nice things is when I finish up cleaning up from a meal, I don't have the big high chair that I have to figure out where to put in my kitchen. I just slide this as part of the table, one of the table chairs, like I do every single other chair. So it's really convenient and low profile in that way. One of the other things that I think is great about opting for a travel high chair versus one of the big high chairs is certainly you can take it to travel. So if you go to a friend's house, you go to a family member's house, you're going for the holidays maybe, or you're just going over for a meal and they don't have kids where you can borrow a high chair, or maybe they do, but they're using their high chair. You can literally just grab this and go. It unsnaps. So these are the snaps that for mine go around the chair. The two go around the bottom. And then there's one that goes around the back of the chair, and they're completely adjustable so that you can adjust them sort of as you need or want them. So it's really, really convenient. When our toddler is done eating, I literally just snap the tray off. It's a small tray. So you'll notice also on the big high chairs, the trays are really big. And I don't have an enormous sink. I think if you have one of those huge farmhouse sinks where it's just one giant basin, that's lovely. And it's probably not an issue to wash off the tray. But I know in my case, I have a double sink. And this fits in there nicely, but one of those really big trays that fits on the big high chairs does not fit nicely. So what's convenient is I can just take this, wash it off, stick it back on, and again, I just slide it in. These are really, really durable. Like I said, I have had this through three children, baby up through toddler, to the point where they can graduate into sitting in a chair by themselves. It has worked wonderfully. It is admittedly a little bit beaten up over 9 years at this point, but in my mind, it's still in great shape. So my mommy must tip on this one is opt for something simpler, opt for sort of the minimalist option. You will be grateful that you did, and that a couple of years after you have your kiddo, you're not having to figure out how to get rid of a giant high chair, which is ultimately what happens to all of us moms. We think, oh my goodness, we need all of this stuff. And then a few years later, we go, oh my gosh, now what do I do with all of this stuff? I have nowhere to put it all. And that happens with those really big high chairs where you've got this little one, you might be able to store it more easily until you have a second child or a third child, if that is what you choose to do. Or you can give this away to another mom who ended up getting one of the big ones and maybe wants a travel high chair so that they can go to a family member or friend's house and have an option for a high chair for their kiddo to eat in over the course of a meal. So I hope you all have enjoyed this tip. I hope you've enjoyed this mommy must that I learned over the years raising three little boys. It really is an absolutely helpful must and a helpful tip, and something I truly believe you should opt for on your baby registry. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope that you join me for some of my other videos, Mommy Musts with Mary Grace, where I talk about everything that you must know that I learned along the way raising three little boys. Thanks so much, everyone.